So, finally, this piece of rubbish is going. Finally ordered a new phone. Goodbye, Sky. Sky don't want to fix it without paying. Samsung don't want to fix it without paying. I'm not paying 300 and something pound for a phone that could break again. They can absolutely do one. So I have gone with a different company. My mum is having the other phone when it comes back. She doesn't mind it not flipping, but it's better than her phone because her phone's like cracked screen and everything. Yeah, so she's having that. She's having that contract because her contract's finished basically in the next month or something. And I'm going with EE. I'm going with a completely different network because I struggle to get actual signal network around doing the charity shops, especially in some areas. So I've decided to go with EE. It seems to be have the best coverage. Still having a Samsung. I don't rate the Flip if you're thinking about getting one. They just break all the time. But the standard ones, very similar to this, but obviously this is an old one, so it's a bit rubbish. They've always been good for me, and also all my apps can get converted very easy. New number as well, but yeah, finally the saga of the phone is finished. But today's video is about my weekly sales. Yeah, what sold last week. I'm doing it a bit different today. I'm not going to go through every single sale because as I'm getting more and more sales, you know, it's hard work going through them all. It's a bit boring as well, I actually do think. When I was watching my own video, I was thinking, yeah, it's okay, but well, it's about getting to about number 30 now and I'm like getting bored. So I'm doing it a bit different. Thank you for the comment. He said, why don't you just do like the top 10 sales and just like then the sales thing at the end. So I'm doing that today. So the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to go and show you what my sales were on the laptop, just proving that I'm not lying so you know how much sales are. And then, yeah, get into the video and tell what top sales are, you know, the highest ones. Unless I get some weird one which I picked up for like nothing and I made 20 quid, I just feel that like it's cool or a cool item. But yeah, it's going to be mainly top sales, you know, of that week. On Monday, I've got 142 sales and I'm actually down, so it's a bit weird on that one. Tuesday, 73 sales. Wednesday, massive, 245. Thursday, 88. Friday, 159. Saturday, 95. And Sunday, pretty quiet with 69 sales. Also, I want to show this. I haven't had a comment from it for a while, but I just want to show you why I pick up walkers. Do you see that one at the top of the sales categories? That is health and beauty, mobility. So obviously walkers, yes, £701 in walkers and wheelchairs, mainly walkers. Also got some orders packed, ready to go for tomorrow. I'm now making sure I only send out orders on Monday, Wednesday and Friday. So then let's get on with the actual weekly sales of last week. Unfortunately, my total has had to be taken down a bit because I've had 2 returns. One came back, it was some loafers, June and London ones, and he said they was too small. I understand, but he wore them. There was new. There was some TPK Max, and yeah, they're scratched on the bottom. Tried to get some money back off eBay. They wasn't having none of it. They just basically said next time, just offer them a refund, you know, like a discount off their refund. But yeah, is anybody really gonna accept that? No. Useless eBay. I hate that. It annoys me. But yeah, also my totals would have been a lot more. I would have had another £83 to add this total, but something's coming back and it's my biggest sale of last week. I sold a Canon printer. It is a really good one. I picked it up for £20. It was boxed and everything, had all the CDs, had absolutely everything. But I did the mistake of not checking it because it's from a nice area around where I live, all boxed, really absolutely mint condition, and I thought, well, I don't need to check this because it switches on and everything. But I didn't do a print check, which you should do when you buy printers, because, you know, they might not print. There's more to it than just switching it on. Anyway, I sold it for £120, and yeah, it came back. It prints, but it prints out real, like, faded. And he says the scanner doesn't work. But I've had this problem before with another printer and got it back. Completely nothing wrong with it. There was just needed the ink cartridges cleaning. And yeah, then I sold it the week after and actually sold it for more. In total, I had 48 sales. I did have 50 last week. Before I had 51, so I didn't beat that total anyway, but it's still amazing. I mean, I never got into the 40s last year. I think my top sales week was about 35-ish, and that was like rare. It was usually in the 20s, so I am absolutely smashing it, and it's only February. It's only going to get better. So we're going to go through the best sales of this week. They're not in no particular order. I've just written them down. A lot actually from Vinted as well, which makes it even better. So we're going to go through them quickly because I can see my battery dying very quickly. This Rode mic seems to drain the battery out of the camera too. So one of the first ones was a deal or no deal. You know, everything about that is now going crazy because of the new game show. I sold it on Vinted for £30, paid £3, made £27 profit. Next, something that took me ages to put on because I just didn't want to do it. I don't know why. Was a Sabutio Italian 90, the whole set. It had 2 extra teams, Liverpool and Leeds. Sold that on eBay for £55, paid a tenner, made just over £35 profit. Next is a walker, yeah, but it's a nicer one. It's a Careco one, and it's got like pockets and everything. Picked that up for a tenner, sold it for £51, made £32, well, just over £32. Then my first ever Rowan piece of clothing. Rowan's really nice. If you can find it for cheap, pick it up because they are worth quite a bit. 2-piece suit. Picked this up for £20, sold it for £60, and made a £40 profit because I sold it on Vinted. So I lowered it a little bit. I really wanted about £70 for it, but on Vinted, no fees. Next is something you should be looking for. Never heard them make. It's percussion Rambui coats. They're like your heritage hunting coats. Sort of that upper class people who wear these sort of clothes. Picked this up for £20. I think it was in one of my videos. Yeah, it was in the front window. Sold it for 70, making £50 profit. Also on Vinted. Next is probably my best buy of the week, just because I picked this up for £1. It was a Jay and Silent Bob. If you don't know who they was in Dogma years ago. One Can't Speak. The like sort of like Bill and Ted vibes about them. Yeah, picked it up for £1 and I sold it for £28 on Vinted. So made a £27 profit. Next, I sold a Polo Ralph Lauren corduroy baseball cap, a brown one, really nice. Surprisingly, I picked this up for £6 in a charity shop that usually overprices everything. Yeah, and I sold it as well on Vinted for £35, making £29 profit. Really good buy, really lovely hat, but not my sort of thing. Then one of the coolest sales of the week. This was actually the same. I actually bought this the same time as the hat. It's some Robert Wiseman dairy. So that is a dairy which is around near me. But Muller bought them out years ago. And yeah, they did cow print wellies for the workers. And there was a pair of them in there. Only 2 were on eBay. One wanted 40 and the other one wanted 80 or something like that. These are size 10, really nice, cool as, brilliant for like festivals and stuff like that. Sold these as well on Vinted. I sold them for £31. I bought them for £8, so I made a £23 profit and literally sold them in that week. Next is another mobility product, and it was that wheelchair. Literally, same week, Picked up the wheelchair from my house, so I didn't have to pack it, so it made it even better. Bought that for £15, sold it for £50, yeah, and made a £26, well, just over £26 profit. And then finally, something was in one of my videos last year, picked up some retro 1990s mag BMX wheels. These are worth a lot more than what I sold them for, but I had enough of them. They just was lagging around. People wasn't buying them, and it's one of them things, how many people are doing up BMXs? Not that many people, and do they want that colour? They were really nice. If I was doing up a BMX, I would have bought them. They were like that classic 4-spoke mag plastic wheels. Sold them in the end for £40. I did pick these up for £8 on the video. Yeah, I made a £24 profit. But still, after that deduction from the printer and the shoes, I still made £655 and 14p. Always got to remember the pennies. They do add up. Yeah, but so, yeah, still very, very good. I mean, I'm always happy about, before it used to be about 250 to 350, I'd be happy with that. Last year I was happy with any sort of weekly total which was in the between the 250 to 350. But now I'm hitting over 500 every week for the last 3 weeks I have. Yeah, and I told you I was going to do the video about it, why I'm getting my totals up so rapidly quickly and why I'm selling so much and why my profits, because just because you sell a lot doesn't mean you earn a lot, because it all depends on what you buy and how much you're buying it for. A lot of people have lots of sales profits, but they're not actually making real life profits because they're buying something for like 20 quid and selling it for maybe 40 quid. And the profit margin is not very good after fees and that. So it's all about profits. It's not about sales. It's all about profits. So when people tell you how much they made in profit, then that is the most important. Don't listen to people who go on about sales and sales. I've made this much money, because it's all about how much they bought it for. You know what I mean? Like I said, I've done this so many times on my videos. It winds me up when people boast about how much they make in sales, but never tell you how many, but they never tell you how much they make in profit. It's because they've bought so many things, so many high prices, and they're probably happy with making a £10 profit because they know it'll sell quick. Fair enough, they might sell a lot, but the profit margins, it's not that good. But yeah, really happy about this week. Obviously, fingers crossed the printer comes back and I can fix it. It's not broke. I think it's about 40 quid, maybe 30, 40 quid if it doesn't work in spares and repairs. So still gonna make a tenner maybe, or get my money back. Yeah, that was my weekly sales from last week. Did you enjoy it like this way, or do you prefer having every single one? Because I actually think this way is better, because I'm showing you beforehand of my sales, so there's no like, oh yeah, you didn't make that. And also I put the sales back on the screen in this video, because I did have a few people saying I like it when the picture of the sale is on the screen, so we know what you're talking about. And I understand, it's just doing it on the laptop. Before I used to edit it on my phone, and it's so quick and simple. But yeah, that is the end of the video. Make sure you check out the video up in the corner now. That is my last week's sales before my 51 sales. Absolutely amazing week on that. But did I make as much money in that week as I did this week? Well, go and check it out and you'll find out.